Hey guys, in this video, I wanted to show you how you can book in more qualified meetings every single month. And I wanted to show you what the workflow looks like from our side in terms of how to handle positive responses that you get from your cold email campaigns, and then what we do step by step to book in the meeting. And then I'm also just going to give you some tips on what you can do to kind of like optimize your funnel essentially. So the first thing here is obviously the initial cold email is sent. Um, so yeah, the initial cold email is sent, then we get a positive response. What happens is once we get a positive response, we get a Slack notification to follow up, or we have someone just managing and monitoring the inbox. We get a Slack notification to follow up. And once we get the notification to follow up, then we will obviously respond to the lead. Now, when we respond to the lead, we do essentially two things. So depending on whatever your lead magnet is, right? So you can replace case study VSL with your lead magnet, but I would highly recommend building out a case study VSL. Um, so a case study VSL could really just look like this, right? And this is a great example. This is essentially a landing page with a VSL with a bunch of social proof and client testimonials, case studies, everything all in one page. So here's an example of what we do and what we use. So again, just going back, we'll send the initial email, we'll get a positive response. That initial email might be, hey, we made you a video on how to create XYZ or how to get XYZ result. Can I send you the video? Now you can either send them a Loom video or you can send them your landing page in VSL. And what we do most of the time is we send the landing page to VSL so that they can kind of see like everything in detail. And then again, this gives them like a top line of what you do. And then obviously like a little bit more detail there. And then there's a VSL that goes into detail and is the video on how to do it, right? That's one way that you can do it. And then obviously from here, they can book in a call. You have, more information. Then you have a bunch of social proof. So this is videos, different videos on social proof that we have working with different clients, different results, like all of this kind of stuff, more information. And obviously our strong point and our expertise isn't in creating landing pages, but just look at other people's and landing pages that are working and funnel hack and kind of see what works and then just build that out into yours. But it's very simple. Just create a top headline that outlines what your offer is, right? And then have a VSL that explains in more detail what your offer is. And I got the structure for our VSL from someone called Daniel Fazio, which is quite literally just go through every single one of your sales calls, listen to all of the questions that people ask, and then write those out, the number of times that they are asked, and then create a video that goes over every single one of those questions and answers those questions. Because that's the questions that people ask on sales calls, right? So the VSL is quite literally answering everything that people would want to know about. So we have the VSL and we have all the case studies and testimonials and all this kind of stuff, our process, like all of this. It could be shorter, actually. I think it might be something worthwhile doing. And then we have a link to book in a call, right? So what we're doing with cold email is we're just driving people to this landing page, right? We are quite literally asking, hey, do you want to see this video? Now we may send a Loom video that's more specific, or we may just send them the VSL video and we send them this, right? Or we just ask them, hey, would you like to see more info? Would you like us to send some more information across, right? Another thing that you could do is you could create a specific Loom video and then you could duplicate a landing page like this. And then you just have that specific Loom video in here alongside a couple of more like testimonials and things like that. So then they come onto the landing page, they see the Loom video, and then they see more testimonials. And what you're trying to do is, again, is just pushing them into a funnel. You've grabbed their attention on cold email. You've now pushed their attention to a funnel that tells them more about what you do, gives them copious amounts of social proof, and helps them understand in a very clear and concise way. We do this, we help you specifically, right? And this is other people that we've also helped who are just like you. If you can convey that messaging within the first like 30 seconds of them being on here, they will most likely book a call, right? And it doesn't need to be complicated. It's quite literally promise, what you offer, what you do, a video, that could be a VSL, that could be a Loom video, that could be XYZ, but just have it on a very simple structured landing page that also has some case studies underneath and then a link to book in a call. Like that's literally all you need. Case study, like some kind of video that shows you're a person, who you are, case studies and client results, client success stories, things like that, and then a link to book in a call, right? It doesn't need to be a fully fledged landing page. So you can do that. And it's just taking the Loom videos to the next step. So rather than just send a link to a Loom video, you send them a link to a landing page where the Loom video is. And then underneath there, they've also got more testimonials, more case studies, and then a link to book in a call. They can't do anything else. They can't like go and explore XYZ. They are literally just, they watch the video, they see other people who've got results. They can see exactly what you do. And then you can also get them to book in a call like then and there, right? So it's just a very simple funnel. So you don't have to go on one link, another link, and all this kind of stuff. You have it all in one place, right? So we can help build out that funnel for you so that you don't have to deal with any of this kind of stuff. And you have a very simple, structure and funnel for them to go through. And it works extremely well. So we'll send them that, right? We'll send them that in the initial follow-up response email. Then from there, that gets pushed into a subsequence. So a subsequence is auto following up with the lead. So if you send them this and then they don't respond, right, then they'll get the subsequence emails. If they do respond, then they'll be taken out of the subsequence and you can follow up with them manually, or you can send them into a bit more complicated, but other subsequences depending on dependencies, basically. Like if they said X, then put them in here. If they said Y, then put them in here, right? That's if you want automated follow-ups. But it gets more complicated. You don't need to do that. So then in the subsequences, you'll basically follow up automatically. You'll send out 3 emails, 1 with just a bump, 2 with a bump plus some more value, and then 3 with value and then more direct to the point. And you'll follow up with just case studies, more proof. We've done this for other people. Here's all the other people that we've done this thing for. The more of that you get, the easier and better you'll be able to sell, and the more likely they are to book in a call because they can see you're legit. That's the whole goal. You're trying to just make them see oh, this person's legit. We've grabbed their attention. Once we've got their attention, we're answering the questions of is this person legit? Is this a scam? Is this good? Is this how good? How do I know if they're good? If you can answer all of those questions very, very, very quickly, hence the case study VSL, right? And the funnel. And you can do that. If they don't respond to that, you can do that consistently with auto follow-ups and subsequences. Then they will book in a call, right? And so we go from the case study VSL, we go to a link to book in a call on the landing page. So you can see that's down here or up there, etc. Then once they book that in, they booked in a call. And then same, if they haven't done it here, they'll get auto followed up in the subsequences. They'll book in a call. And then on top of the call, they'll also have reminders with the VSL plus case studies. And the more sales assets you can create, the better. The more other testimonials, the more social proof that you can get, the better, right? So if you've got a big following on Twitter, a big following on LinkedIn, a big following elsewhere, use that as social proof. If you've got a bunch of client testimonials and case studies, use that as social proof. Get as much screenshots, videos, anything that tells that person that's going to do a call that you are legit and you've done this before and you are an expert. The more of those you can get, the more perceived value you have before you actually do the call, right? Or more actual value that you have before you do the call. So we usually send 2 reminders. So in the initial confirmation email from Calendly, there'll be a link to our VSL, to our landing page. And then on top of that, in the follow-ups, there'll be a case study and another case study. And then obviously that then goes into the meeting. So if you want to increase the number of shops that you actually get on the meeting, we literally for cold email, for YouTube, it's a little bit different, but for cold email, we think we literally have 95% show up rate. I think we've only ever had, since the start of the year, we've had 1 person that didn't show up to a call. We have quite literally had 99% show up rate, right? And we just follow this. We send them, this is what we do. We push them into a subsequence, and then we send them the link to case study and the whole VSL and everything like that. And then we have follow-ups that tell them more information, and we have those follow-ups to make sure. Oh, one thing I missed as well. Once they book in a call, they get redirected to the landing page again, right? Because there's no amount of times that you can put your offer in front of the person. It's going to be too much. Yeah, just keep putting your offer in front of people because they're clearly interested in it's valuable. So just keep adding value to them and keep adding, putting that in front of their face so they can learn. Okay, this is what they do. This is right. So I hope that helps. This is basically the way that we do to book in more calls, more meetings for our clients, for ourselves as well. So you can follow us. It's very simple. There's no complicated bunch of stuff here. It's quite literally positive response, respond to the lead, put them in a subsequence once you respond. But with the response, make sure to send them proof, case studies, everything, get them into your funnel. In that funnel, then send them reminders to book in a call, send them reminders. In those reminders, more social proof, more testimonials, more case studies. We'll kind of get them into that funnel. And then 9 times out of 10, they will turn up to the meeting as long as they're a good lead and they're qualified. So yeah, I hope that helps. If you're looking for us to do this to you and to help you with this, book in more meetings, close more deals, make more revenue, all that kind of stuff, then feel free to book in a call below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.